When we are dealing with anxiety, depression, overthinking, panic attacks, the first instinct is to run away from those uncomfortable thoughts. And otherwise, what we do, we try to control our thoughts. But it is not so easy to control our thoughts and our mind. In today's video, I'm going to share with you some day to day activities which are anyway we are doing, which actually help us to control our mind and control our thoughts. And these activities will ultimately help you to find your way from this dark phase of your life. If you have watched my previous three videos, I have shared with you how I went through a depression and anxiety for last 10 years and how I went through a process of healing. I have also broken down a process of healing in three simple steps: feeling, healing, and becoming. And in my just previous video, I have told you some hard hitting truths of healing, which will definitely help you when we are going through this process of healing. So, when we are going through this process of healing, it can be a long, tedious process. There are some activities which help us to control our mind, to control our thoughts. And these are very passive active. Passive, in the sense, what I mean by passive is that they are not directly, we are not dealing with our thoughts or emotions directly. In our day to day life, if we do these activities, the side effect, I will say the side effect of these activities is that we can rearrange our thoughts, we can clear our mind. So I have noted down 13 activities, and these activities are purposefully listed in a sequential format. This sequence have some purpose. So watch this video till the end so you will understand why these activities are in this sequence, and you have to follow these activities in this sequence only, so that you will get more benefits from this. First activity is do your medical test, check your D3, B12, thyroid, and check your gut health. Because majority of the time, what happens when we are going through overthinking, panic attacks, anxiety, and depression, our mental state affects these parameters. And if these parameters are not aligned, they can create overthinking, anxiety, sleepless night in us. So first, and this is the most easiest thing you can do, is just check your blood report, check these parameters, and take necessary medications. It is the most easiest thing you can do for yourself. Second activity is early morning sunlight exposure. For this activity, I can give you thousands of reasons. Early sunlight exposure can affect our physical health, mental health, emotional health. Astrologically also, it is very beneficial. If you have heard somewhere that if you sit in a sunlight for a few minutes, it can strengthen your sun. So there are so many benefits of sitting in a morning sunlight. I know it is very difficult in today's life, but manage at least 4 to 5 days in a week to sit in a sunlight. It will uplift your, mind, it will uplift your mood, and you will see a big difference in your day. And it is such a passive activity. Just wake up and sit in the sunlight. You can do anything you wanted to do by sitting in sunlight. Third activity is weightlifting. I will tell you my experience. When I started lifting weights, I had a trainer for 3 months. After that session, for next 4 to 5 hours, there used to be no thoughts in our mind. I had a completely calm mind, as if I have done 2 hours of meditation. Because weightlifting is such activity where each and every repetition and each and every set is going to test your physical endurance. And when we are so much physically active, our mind calms down. There is a very simple rule of mind and body. If your body is stable, your mind will wander all over the world. And if your body is active, your mind will keep calm. So use this strategy and start lifting weight. It will uplift your mood, it will uplift your confidence. Fourth activity is be with nature. Take a walk in nature or have a terrace garden at your home, but be with nature. I can't explain how, but nature heals us. It kind of, changes rhythm in our mind and body, that we feel more alive, we feel more natural, and we are in our element. When my depression and anxiety was at a peak, by accident I spent one day at a farm, just 4 to 5 hours in a farm, and I realized that I haven't been so happy for last so many years. I felt like I'm a child again. And I did not do any kind of activity in the farm. I just spent day there, like 5 to 6 hours of the day in the farm, and I felt so alive. And that day I realized, whenever I am close to the nature, it makes me happy. So just try it, be with the nature, go for a trekking, go for a beachside vacations, go for a mountains, but be with nature. Fifth activity is set easy routine. When we are dealing with anxiety, depression, our life is messy, our thoughts are messy, our rooms are also messy. So, setting a proper routine will definitely help you to manage your day. And if you can manage your days, you will manage your weeks, and ultimately, you will manage your months and years. So, pick time of your choice. It can be early morning, it can be late in the night, or in the evening, and set some activities for that time. It can be for 1 hour or 2 hours, and gradually keep on adding more and more activities in that time. And ultimately you will realize you have set a routine for 24 hours, and in this way you can slowly shape your life, shape your month, shape your years, and you will see that you have moved on in life. Sixth activity is do something which involves hand and eye coordination. When we are overthinking, we are so fidgety, and what we do normally is pick our mobile and start scrolling. But we think that we are, escaping from our thoughts. But using too much mobile actually consumes lot of energy, and at this stage we are low on energy. We need to save our energy. So the most interesting thing to do in this time is do something which involves hand and eye coordination. And I will suggest cooking for this, because cooking involves your hand, eye, your sense of smell, your sense of hearing. Your whole five senses are involved in the cooking. When I used to go through this phase, I used to pick up any recipe and start doing it. And I realized that how much this helped me to calm down my mind. And ultimately, when you are finished with the dish, the sense of creativity comes, the satisfaction of creativity comes, and it uplifts our mood. So pick up any activity. It can be painting, it can be crocheting, or there are so many other activities. But try to avoid mobile and do some activity which involves your hand and your eye, because we tend to do so many things by our hand. Our hands, our fingers are always active. So engage them in some kind of a creativity, and it will help to calm your mind. Seventh activity is avoid high stimulating content. Most of the content which is available on mobile, OTTs, or TVs, not all content is for entertainment. We think that it is for entertainment, and we tend to watch them mindlessly. But every entertainment is not healthy. A few months back I have made a video on that how entertainment actually drain your energy. So avoid high stimulating content, because we are so much high on our emotions. And if we watch some kind of a content which stimulates or triggers our emotions or our thoughts, it will worsen our situation. So be mindful what you are watching on TV, on mobile. Eighth activity is avoid social media and try to connect with real people, real objects. Because social media is a one way communication where we are just consuming data, we are not giving anything. But when we connect with real people, there is a lot of give and take. And you know what, that connection or that communication may not be pleasant, peaceful, but ultimately you will realize some new thing about yourself, about that person, about in general. It will give you some sense of learning. But consuming social media mindlessly will drain your brain. It can create a lot of brain fog, and it can mess with your thinking process. And you know what, there is one activity to do when you are going through anxiety or panic attacks. It is said that when you are going through a panic attacks or anxiety, try to hear five kinds of sounds, try to identify five colors around you, try to touch five different types of surfaces. you know you have you heard about this? Why these activities are done? Because they try to bring us back in present moment. We are not lost somewhere in virtual world. It is very important to be in present moment. The moment you are in present moment, your mind is calm already. Ninth activity is swimming. Have you heard about weighted blankets? They put a certain amount of weight on our body and we feel, you know, hugged, we feel secure, and we have a great sleep. Swimming does that for us because when we are in a water, it puts pressure on our body from like 360-degree, and it soothes our mind, it soothes our body. So swimming is great activity if you are dealing with anxiety, depression, panic attacks, and even if you are stuck in life. In general, it is the best exercise. And also water has great impact on our mind. So be with the water, be with nature, and try to go for a swim at least once a week, and you will realize how it calms your mind. 10th activity is sports. Pick any sport of your choice and play it every day at least for half an hour. Sport itself indicates playful nature. It brings out our playful nature, and it creates healthy environment within us also. So pick up any sports of your choice and play for it. You will forget your every other problem, and you will be involved in that for that 1 hour or half an hour, and it will heal your body, your mind. And remember, sports are for a play. They are not here just to watch on a screen or TV. Play the sport, don't just watch it. 11th activity is go for meditation courses. Now, at this point, all of us know the benefits of meditation. Meditation clean our mind, clean our thought process, clean our emotional world in such a way and at such a subtle level. I cannot explain in the word, but I have went for so many meditation courses and they have helped me in tremendous way. They help us to see our situation from different point of view. Meditation help us to see our life from bird eye view, which help us to get a context, make some sense of our life, and ultimately it will push us forward in life. 12th activity is mantra chanting. Mantra is something which protects our mind, and those Sanskrit pronunciations have some effect on our mind. Those pronunciation creates vibration, certain kind of vibration in our environment, and they heal different kind of a problem in our life. And I thoroughly enjoy mantra chanting. I can't emphasize how I enjoy mantra chanting. So this is also a great activity to do for our messy mind. 13th and last activity is Jyotisha Consultation. And purposefully, I have kept this activity at last. We started from the activity of checking your blood reports, checking your D3, B12, and this is the last activity. Go for Jyotisha Consultation. Usually, what happens, whenever there is some kind of a problem in our life, we run for an astrologer to get some remedy and solve the problem. But this does not happen. I am a Jyotisha student, and I can tell you this should be your last option, not the first option. Otherwise, it is not going to help us. It is the remedies told by your astrologer are not going to help you until and unless you don't do some behavioral changes in your life. So it is a last activity. Definitely Jyotisha consultation will help you to understand path of your life. It will give you the context of your life. It will change your perspective towards life. It will give you a bird eye view of your life, and then you will try to make sense of all the happenings in your life, and it will help you to control your thoughts and your mind. But this should be your last activity. I have purposefully sequenced all those activities, and there is a big market now of astrologer in India. Be mindful and choose your astrologer wisely. So these are the activities which have helped me in my last 5 to 6 years of healing, and I have listed it down, and now I have told you these activities will help you when you are going through those 3 pages of feeling, healing, and becoming. They will help you to hold on to your life. And if you can add some more activities, please comment down in the comment section. I will also get to know about new activities. And these activities, we almost all of us are doing one or two activity on daily basis. Just change your perspective towards these activities, and you can heal your mind, you can heal your problems. And you don't need to pick up all the activities at the same time. Just pick 2 3 activities and do it on a regular basis. You will see a difference in your life within 2 to 3 weeks. So that's it from my side. Next video on next Friday. And I just want to tell you, you are enough.